Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm sharing a flip through of my journal that I've used for Junk Journal January 2023. So Junk Journal January is a journal prompt challenge hosted by Megjournals on YouTube and Instagram. I was part of a huge collaboration that Meg organised and I took on the prompt folded for day 16. If you haven't seen that video, then I'll link it below in the description box for you. So this is a fabric softcover journal and it's super tiny. It measures approximately 2.5 inches wide by 3 inches tall and the pages are even smaller. I bought this journal from Hayley, who is Periwinkle's Envelope on Instagram, and her shop account is Periwinkle's Papery, and I will link both of those for you below too. There weren't quite enough pages in this journal to do one prompt a day, so I decided to make the challenge as easy for myself as I could. I didn't start the challenge until February and I decided that I wouldn't do the prompts in chronological order. I completed all of the prompts and worked in the journal from front to back, but I picked the prompt that I felt more inspired by or went with the page that I was working on. I also did more than one prompt on each page. So let me show you the inside. So for the first page, I did prompts 1 and 21, which was resolutions and experimental. So my word for the year is connection, and I'm doing really well with it so far. And I just stamped that on some vellum, and then I was just playing around with my white gel pen and added some sparkles and some little lines, and I'm classing that as experimental. I didn't want to cover up too much of this page because I really liked it. And then on this page, I did prompts 8, 23 and 26, which were blossom, stickers and wordy. So for the background, I just stuck down some different book pages in different directions. I added some blossom stickers and a phrase sticker here. This up here is just a flower rub-on. And I kept this bit here. This was the original page and I just really liked how it looked. I'm not massively keen on this page. I think I went a bit too heavy-handed with the blossom stickers. This is the next page and I did prompts 27 and 29, which was earth tones and musical. So I stuck down some music paper in the background and I fussy cut out these butterflies which have earth tones to them. And there's this beautiful little mushroom fabric piece with a little sequin on and it's so cute. And some of these butterflies have little sparkle bits to them as well. This next page is one of my favourites. I did prompts 7, 22 and 28, which were shimmer, old and new and antique. So this here is some antique paper and I'm not sure if you can see, but I did some splatters with some gold paint and that counts as shimmer. And then old and new is the old papers and also old washi tape and stickers. I've had all of these for quite a long time, and also new is my watercolours because it was the first time I'd used these watercolours. And then on the next page I did prompts 4 and 11, and as much as I love this bit all over here, I don't feel like the tag fits in with the page. So the prompts were decorated tag and pocket. So this is my little decorated tag. And there is a little quote on the back. It says, "All things are difficult before they are easy." And the pocket was already there, so I did kind of cheat with that prompt, but I did add a little rub-on. The mouse stamp was already there, and then I just collaged some papers and some rub-ons over here as well. That phrase says, "You're unique, nothing can replace you." And then this next page I did prompts 19, 25 and 30, which are hand lettered, one colour and unexpected. So I went with red because this paper that was already bound into the book had this red kind of floral pattern on it, but it was a bit too much. So I basically collaged over it with some tissue paper and some book page, and then I added some white paint on top just to tone it down a little bit. and I hand lettered, or I used a stencil to spell out the word unexpected. And it's very unexpected for me because red is actually my least favourite colour. So it's very surprising that I chose that as my one colour for this page. But I actually quite like how it turned out. And then on this page I did prompts 6, 9, 16 and 20. So I've got stitched, hidden, folded and texture. So I did some hand stitching here, and I've never done this before, but I know Megjournals does it a lot in her journals, so I wanted to give it a go. And so I stitched these two pages together, and there is hidden on this page because behind here is a little piece of hidden paper. I also added some texture. I'm not sure how well you can pick it up on camera, but I scrunched up some light tissue paper, and there's some embossed paper, there's a doily, this bit over here is really textured, and then also you've got the fabric that was already here, so that adds a bit more texture. And then here what I really like is I added this butterfly, and it's got this 3D effect. So how I did that was I just stuck a really small piece of double-sided tape underneath this bit so that it actually has the wings that can flap up, which I think is really cute. So in this pocket, which is also as hidden, and let me take this bit out as well. So I have the prompt list here, and this piece of paper here tells me exactly what prompts are on what page. So this page, for example, is page 7. So it tells me I've done stitched, hidden, folded and texture. And I just wanted to have that to hand so that I knew what prompts were on what pages, just in case I wanted to reference it at another date. And then on this page, I have the prompt 6, 9, 16 and 24, which is stitched, hidden, folded and scenery. So you've already seen stitch, folded and hidden, but the other prompt I did on this page was scenery. So I already had a deer stamp here, and I just added some scenery. These are all, I think they're from Moo, and they're rub-ons, so you just use a stick to press them down. So they act like stickers, but you just need something firm to press them onto the page. And as with all my pages, I do add a little word or phrase sticker. And then this is also one of my favourite pages. So I have prompts 3, 5 and 14, which is stained, routine and from the day. So I'm not sure if you can see, but I have different stained papers. So I have some lined tea-dyed paper, there's some plain tea-dyed paper, and there's some grid tea-dyed paper, and then some more plain tea-dyed paper. And then this was from the day because as I was creating this page, I actually drank this Earl Grey cream tea, and it was very, very nice. I highly recommend. And for routine, I was really stuck with what to do with it, but then I decided that I had this Moo rub-on that says 365 days, and that's because I actually have a cup of tea every morning before I leave the house. I won't leave the house without a cup of tea. It's something I do every single morning without fail. If I'm on holiday, then I will try and make a cup of tea in the room before I leave it. And yeah, it's very rare I leave the house without a cup of tea. So that was my routine. And I do like this page, but it feels very out of place with the rest of the journal, but that's totally fine. So I did prompts 17 and 18, which is top 5 and maps. So for the background paper, I just used some map paper. And for top 5, I actually listed my 5 countries that I would like to visit. Now I crossed out the word top because honestly, I don't like having favourites, and I found it really difficult to choose because one of my goals or dreams is to travel the world and to see every single country. It's probably never going to happen, but we're allowed to have dreams, and that is definitely one of mine. So Japan is probably my most favourite country I want to visit. I definitely want to see Japan, and I'd love to visit Niagara Falls in Canada, love to see New Zealand. I would love to go to Iceland. I'd love to visit Reykjavik, I think that's how you say it, and see the Northern Lights. And I'd like to visit Ireland because one of my uncles lives over there and I've never visited. And then over here, I just decorated it with a ticket and a postage stamp because both of those items are travel themed. And then this page, I did prompts 13 and 15, which was hobbies and barcode. So for the barcode, I added this cute little QR code. And then over here, I just kept it really simple with a little bit of collage. I didn't want to cover up this page too much because I just thought it was really pretty. There was already a pocket on this page, and then I just did a little bit of collage on this page, and I also included this little piece of ledger paper that has some splatters on it from one of my previous pages. And then this here has my hobbies on it. So I decided to write what I was loving now, which is reading, and something I wanted to learn, which is embroidery. And then on this page, I did prompt 12, which is throwback. And I absolutely love this page. I think it turned out really nice, but I really don't like this page, and I don't think it fits with the other page either. So the way I incorporated throwback was in my Junk Journal July journal, which I haven't finished, by the way. I stapled a piece of vellum. I think it was on day 4. So I decided to have that as a throwback because I didn't want to cover up this beautiful leaf stamp that Hayley had added to the journal. And then I just added a couple of things on top, but it just doesn't go with the other page, but that's fine. I really do like how this page turned out. I just added some collage in the background and then added this rose sticker on top. And then on this page, I did prompt 10, which is intricate. And I used the wings of the butterfly for the intricate part. And again, I just did some collage on this page, added some sparkles. And then this page, I really liked it, so I didn't add too much. I just added a little bit of collage here, added my quote and a couple of sparkles and called it done. And I really like how that page turned out. And then for the last page, I did prompts 2 and 31, which was starry and close. So I had this star tissue paper that I absolutely loved, and I just collaged that on the background with some book page and some pink tissue paper, which matched the stars really well. And then I just said that's a wrap for close, and that is the last page, and I love how it turned out. I really hope you enjoyed seeing a flip through of this tiny journal and found some inspiration. It's the first challenge I've ever completed, and I had a lot of fun with the prompts, but it was definitely a challenge working in something so small. Now I need to go and finish Junk Journal July 2022 as I'm only halfway through. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.